We appreciate you watching our videos. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Hey guys, Ike here from IkesOutdoors.com. I'm here today with Jacob, and we're going to answer a few questions that we've got on Facebook, email, contact us form on our website, and some of the things like that. Today's question comes from Robert Newell. He sent me the message on Facebook, and Robert was wondering if it's really worth it when it comes to hunting to buy the expensive arrows versus some of the cheaper ones. And to answer that question, yes and no. It's kind of a hard question to answer because it really depends upon your skill set. For me, I consider myself pretty average when it comes to shooting. I'm not great, I'm not bad. I use the Deer Crossing Eco Hunter, which is a pretty good arrow, pretty consistent arrow as far as straightness and weight goes, but it's their economy arrow, so it's their cheaper arrow. Now, Deer Crossing arrows are maybe better than some of those other ones out there that are available. I've had good luck with them as far as straightness and consistency goes. But, and I have done it in the past and things like that, I've gone out and bought arrows that are $180 a dozen. I've used Full Metal Jackets, just the straightest, best ones that they made. And when it comes down to it, I think it's pretty important for you to have the best arrow that you can afford to get when it comes to target shooting, when it comes to 3D shooting, stuff like that. Now, when it comes to hunting, I think it's important to get the best quality arrow that you can get. There's a lot of things that you can do to an arrow to make them straighter, make them shoot better. Certain ways you can fletch them, you can spine index your arrows, putting the stiffest side up and things like that. You can buy different straightnesses, different grain tolerances, things like that. For me, when I go hunting, going out and buying the top of the line arrow is not necessary. I can shoot the 6,000 straightness or the plus or minus 6 grain type of arrows, and I do pretty well when it comes to hunting. I mean, when it comes to shooting spots and shooting 3D, you're probably going to want a little bit better. When it comes straight up hunting, you're going from trying to hit something this big to hit something this big. Now, with that said, shot placement is very, very important, and you want it to be as accurate as you can. What I go for is something that's durable and I kind of go for the mid-range stuff. I don't need the really expensive, really straight hunting arrows. I go for something in the middle, because I know with something in the middle, I've got a pretty good quality arrow, I've got pretty good straightness, and I've got pretty good grain tolerances. Now, what I'll do is I'll buy a dozen of those, and of the dozen, 6 of them will be my target arrows, and the 6 that are grouped together the best as far as grain tolerance, straightness, stiffness, those kind of things, those will be the 6 that I'll hunt with, because they are going to be a little bit more accurate. So basically, to answer Robert's question, the answer is no, you do not need the extremely expensive arrows, but I would avoid the really cheap arrows as well. I go with something in the middle, kind of like the Deer Crossing Eco Hunters is what I shoot and what I recommend. Gold Tip has the Expedition Hunters, something along that line. There's lots of other companies out there. Victory has something along that lines as well. So something in that line, it makes an excellent hunting arrow. And when it comes down to it, like I said, I consider myself very average, but with the Deer Crossing Eco Hunter, I consider myself proficient out to 50 yards. Last week I had to take a shot, and I harvested a doe, and she was facing almost directly away from me. She had just a little bit of an angle. If she was facing directly away from me, I probably wouldn't have taken it, but she had a little bit of an angle, and I had to put that arrow in behind her last rib. If I went too far forward, I was just going to get the side. If I went too far back, I was going to hit her back flank and probably not get near the penetration that I needed. So I needed to put that arrow right behind her rib. I had an opening about that big to shoot her in. Now, she was in the wide open, but I had pretty much the length of her body and about a size that big to get a good lethal kill. And if you've seen that video, I put it right where it needed to be and actually came up, hit the heart, and the deer died within 25 yards. So that's how I approach my arrows. I don't necessarily buy the most expensive ones, but I don't buy the cheapest ones either. I kind of stay with the middle of the road. Deer Crossing Eco Hunters Expedition hunters from Gold Tip, Victories, V-Force, some of those like that are what I recommend for hunting. So thank you, Robert, for the email. I hope this answers your question. If you have any questions out there, you can contact us on the website. You can contact us at ikesoutdoors@yahoo.com, or you can contact us on our Facebook. Send me a message there, and if it's something that I can answer through a video, I will definitely do that. And for more product reviews, how-to videos, be sure to check us out, ikesoutdoors.com. Be sure to like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys.